Hi there, welcome to another graphical tutorial. I've actually called this tutorial Infinity Steps and Circles. These are the steps and these are my circles. Okay, so I'll take you inside the code and you guys will see how this circle were created using the graphical component within Visual Basic and how to write or draw strings as you can see here. But before then, I'm going to show you one other thing that I use timer. If I decide to enable the timer, what you'll see is you'll see these circles and the steps actually flashing. Let's just pause this program for now while I enable the timer. Now with the timer enabled, this is what you see. You see the graphics actually change shape and it's sort of like flashes. Okay, that's with the timer enabled. For you to get more understanding, I will now take you inside the code so that you see how I actually develop the circle, the stairs, the other circle, and the DrawStrings. Okay, let's go into the code now, folks. I am now in the design view. All I've just done here is I've actually added to timer. If we look at the interval, the very first timer, I've just set that to 1000 and that's the name of the timer. Enable is false, and if you look at the second timer right here, you see the name TMR, refresh, and the interval is set to 3000. Let's go inside the coding area. If I double click on the timer, what you will see is here is the variable that I've declared. If you've been following most of the graphical tutorial that I developed, I've made use of the same variable over and over again, so you should be used to it by now. So I've actually asked my variable that I declared up there, a global variable known as drawArt.drawEclipse. Okay, this drawEclipse is a function within Visual Basic for drawing, and drawArt, that's the variable right here, is declared as a global variable as graphic. Okay, so here I enabled the function that I created, and here is the function right here. Oh, there it is up here. That's the function that triggers the refresh timer after, I believe that's 3 seconds. Okay, it refreshes the system. All right, the form load, here you have your form load. Okay, that's the form load there. Load the background black. Now initialize create graphic. Okay, and start both timer. Right. Now if we come down here, this is the second timer. The second timer, I've actually asked the second timer to draw the steps. Okay. With the steps, I can always increase the size of the steps or do whatever I like with it. I'll show you how this works. Let me first of all run the program. And here is what you see. That's the steps now coming up. You see the steps? Okay, if I go back into the program, comment out the function increase the size of my step, let's say by 20 plus 20. Guess what will happen? That's the circle, and here's the steps. You can see it, the steps is gone wider. Okay, you see that? So you can carry out any sort of modification within the step just by changing the coordinates. Alright, so let's go back and carry out one or two more changes. So I'm within the code now. The next change I'll do is let's multiply that by 2 and back in running the program again. And here is what you see. You can see the steps actually graduate into each other, and as the steps goes into infinity, you see more space in there. Okay, so there's a lot you can do with this sort of graphics. You can use it to create anything you like. Alright, and you can also improve on it. Okay, the next part of this tutorial is the DrawString. Let me show you guys how that was done. Close that. Okay, within, I'm actually using a method. I'm not using a method called form1 paint, and in there I've declared my variables. I write text equals infinity steps, write text 1 equals circles, dim font as Georgia 40, dim font as Georgia 30. That's the font size right there. Now dim text font as string format, as a new string format. Then text font dot align, make the center. The next one is text font dot align equals center. Then the location for the very first one, which is this one, that's the location. Alright, that's your far left, and this is the bottom location, and here we have the brush. That's the brush, and that's the allocated color for the brush. You can always change the color to whatever you want. So guys, that's all you need to know about to create something very similar, if not much better. So if I run the program again, you guys see what I've done so far. I believe it's very beautiful, and you can always develop something much better. Okay, I will now copy the code and upload it into my shared drive. You do need to subscribe so that you can gain access to the codes. So thank you folks, have a nice day.